Welcome back to last video before bed. Today we'll be reading people's Reddit answers to "You get one wish, but 40% of the entire population gets it too. What's the wish?" If I had to make a wish under those conditions, I would wish for universal access to quality education. The idea here is that education is a powerful tool that can uplift individuals and communities, leading to better opportunities, increased innovation, and improved quality of life for many. By wishing for universal access, I'm not just benefiting myself. I'm ensuring that 40% of the population also gains the knowledge and skills they need to thrive. This wish could lead to a ripple effect, where educated individuals contribute positively to their societies, tackle pressing global issues, and inspire future generations. Plus, education can take many forms: formal schooling, vocational training, and online resources, so there's a lot of flexibility in how this wish could play out. The more educated people there are, the better equipped we all are to face challenges like poverty, health crises, and environmental issues. Ultimately, I believe that this wish could create a more informed, compassionate, and innovative world for everyone. If I had to make a wish and 40% of the population would also get exactly what I wished for, I think I'd initially lean towards wishing for a perfect body. I mean, who wouldn't want to look and feel their absolute best? Having that ideal physique could boost confidence, improve health, and make me feel unstoppable in various aspects of life. But then I'd start to think about the implications. If 40% of the entire population also had perfect bodies, it would kind of diminish the uniqueness of it all, wouldn't it? I mean, if everyone looked flawless and fit, then what would truly set me apart? The idea of having a perfect body would lose its allure when it becomes the norm rather than the exception. Plus, I'd worry about the societal impact. If everyone had the same perfect body, we might shift our focus away from what really matters: diversity, individuality, and the unique qualities that make each person special. Instead of celebrating our differences, we might end up in a world where everyone is just a cookie-cutter version of perfection. In the end, I'd probably wish for something more meaningful, like the ability to appreciate and love our bodies for what they are, flaws and all. That way, even if everyone had a perfect body, we could still value our individuality and the unique attributes that make us who we are. So, maybe I'll pass on the perfect body wish after all. If I had the chance to make one wish, knowing that 40% of the entire population would also receive the same wish, I would have to think long and hard about what I truly wanted. Initially, the idea of wishing for something superficial like wealth or fame crossed my mind. After all, who wouldn't want financial freedom or global recognition? But then I realized that those things can often lead to more problems than they solve, especially when shared with a large portion of the population. So, I wanted my wish to have a more profound impact, not just for me but for society as a whole. After much contemplation, I think I would wish for universal empathy. Imagine a world where 40% of people suddenly had the ability to truly understand and feel what others are experiencing. Empathy is such a powerful force. It fosters connection, compassion, and understanding. It encourages people to think beyond themselves and consider the feelings and experiences of others, which could lead to a significant reduction in conflict, discrimination, and misunderstanding. At first glance, it might seem like a simple wish, but the implications are staggering. With universal empathy, we could bridge divides that seem insurmountable today. Think about it. People from different backgrounds, cultures, and ideologies often clash because they struggle to understand perspectives that differ from their own. If 40% of the population could genuinely empathize with one another, we might witness a remarkable transformation in social dynamics. Imagine politicians who could feel the struggles of their constituents, leading to policies that genuinely reflect the needs of the people. Businesses could foster workplace environments that prioritize employee well-being, leading to higher job satisfaction and productivity. Families could communicate more effectively, resolving conflicts with greater ease because they'd be able to see things from each other's viewpoints. Furthermore, empathy can drive social change. When people understand the suffering of others, they are more inclined to take action. This wish could lead to a surge in volunteerism and charitable activities, as those who can empathize with the struggles of the less fortunate would feel compelled to help. Picture a world where poverty is addressed not just through charity but through systemic changes driven by a collective understanding of what it means to struggle financially. However, I also recognize that this wish comes with challenges. With 40% of the population suddenly possessing universal empathy, there could be a backlash from those who don't share that ability. Imagine the tension that could arise between the empathetic and those who remain indifferent or self-centered. It might create a divide, as the empathetic would push for progress and understanding while others might resist change, leading to friction in various aspects of life. There's also the concern of emotional overload. If a significant portion of the population were feeling the pain, joy, and struggles of others, it might lead to a sense of collective emotional fatigue. People might become overwhelmed by the sheer weight of the world's suffering, leading to burnout or emotional distress. Finding a balance would be crucial, having the ability to empathize while also maintaining one's mental health and emotional boundaries. In thinking about the long-term effects, I believe that universal empathy could lead to a cultural shift. Over time, as more people embrace this newfound ability, we might see a decline in hate crimes, bullying, and discrimination. Education systems could be transformed to prioritize emotional intelligence alongside academic achievement. Children would learn not just math and science but also how to connect with others on a deeper level, creating a generation that values kindness and understanding above all. Ultimately, this wish for universal empathy could create a more connected and compassionate world. While it wouldn't solve all of humanity's problems, it would lay the groundwork for healthier relationships, better societies, and a planet where people feel valued and understood. In conclusion, while the notion of wishing for something might seem simple, the complexity of what that wish entails is vast. Wishing for universal empathy could lead to profound changes in society, fostering a world where understanding and compassion prevail. So, if I had to choose, that would be my wish. One that I believe could transform not just my life but the lives of countless others around the globe. The journey towards this new reality would certainly be a challenge, but the potential rewards are worth the risk. If I had the chance to make one wish, knowing that 40% of the entire population would also receive the same wish, I would wish for an endless supply of high-quality chocolate. Now, I know what you might be thinking, isn't that a bit selfish? But hear me out. First of all, chocolate is one of the most universally loved treats out there. From dark to milk, from caramel-filled to fruit-infused, there's a variety for everyone. By wishing for an endless supply of delicious chocolate, I'd be contributing to a world filled with happiness and joy. Imagine the smiles on people's faces when they discover that they can indulge in their favorite chocolate treats without worrying about running out or spending too much money. Now, let's consider the implications of 40% of the population also receiving this endless supply. At first, it might feel like a bit of a double-edged sword. On one hand, the world would be filled with chocolate lovers, and there would be an abundance of delicious desserts at every corner. Imagine chocolate festivals, cafes dedicated solely to chocolate creations, and endless opportunities for culinary experimentation. People could try their hand at making gourmet chocolate dishes, from truffles to chocolate-covered fruits, and would likely share their recipes and creations with each other. However, there's a practical side to this wish as well. With so much chocolate available, we might face the challenge of how to enjoy it responsibly. Would there be a chocolate overload? Would we see a rise in chocolate enthusiasts who take their love for the sweet treat to the next level? Perhaps there would be chocolate tastings, workshops, and communities formed around chocolate appreciation, similar to how wine and cheese lovers gather to celebrate their passions. On a more serious note, my wish could also lead to some interesting economic shifts. The chocolate industry, which is already a multi-billion-dollar industry, could see an even greater boom. Imagine the job opportunities that would arise from chocolate production, distribution, and retail. Small businesses could thrive, and artisans could showcase their unique chocolate creations. Plus, with endless chocolate, we could potentially shift the focus from profit-driven production to more ethical and sustainable practices. Let's not forget about the health aspects. While chocolate, especially dark chocolate, has been shown to have some health benefits, the key would be moderation. With everyone having access to a seemingly limitless supply, it would be vital to promote a balanced approach to indulging in sweets. It could even spark a movement around healthier chocolate options, encouraging manufacturers to innovate and create delicious alternatives that satisfy cravings without compromising health. In the end, this wish for an endless supply of chocolate could create a world filled with joy, creativity, and community bonding over a shared love for this delightful treat. While it might come with its own set of challenges, I believe that the positives would far outweigh the negatives. So if I had to choose, that would be my wish. A chocolate-filled world where people can come together, celebrate their love for this delicious treat, and create lasting memories over shared indulgence. Plus, who wouldn't want to live in a place where chocolate is always just a reach away? If I had the chance to make one wish, knowing that 40% of the entire population would also receive the same wish, I would wish for universal access to clean and abundant drinking water. This might seem like a straightforward choice, but let me explain why it's not just about hydration. It's about fundamentally improving lives and communities around the world. Water is a basic human need and a cornerstone of health and well-being. Unfortunately, billions of people still lack reliable access to clean water, leading to a host of issues including malnutrition, disease, and even conflict over resources. By wishing for universal access to clean water, I'd be addressing one of the most pressing challenges faced by humanity today. Now, let's consider the implications of 40% of the population also receiving this wish. At first, it might seem overwhelming. Suddenly, a vast portion of people would have access to clean water, but what does that mean in practical terms? For starters, imagine the impact on global health. With clean drinking water available to so many more people, we could see a significant decrease in waterborne diseases. Children wouldn't have to suffer from preventable illnesses that are often caused by unsafe drinking water, and communities could thrive without the constant threat of sickness. Moreover, access to clean water could lead to improved agricultural practices. Farmers would have reliable water sources for irrigation, leading to better crop yields and food security. This could help combat hunger and malnutrition in regions that struggle with food production. Imagine how that would transform communities, lifting them out of poverty and promoting economic stability. The environmental aspect is also crucial. With 40% of the population having access to clean water, there could be a shift in how we manage our water resources. People might become more conscious of conservation efforts, leading to sustainable practices that protect our waterways and ecosystems. Innovations in technology for water purification and distribution could flourish as well, creating jobs and fostering a culture of environmental stewardship. However, I also recognize that this wish could bring about challenges. With so many people now having access to clean water, there may be increased demand, leading to potential strain on local resources. It would be essential for communities and governments to manage this newfound access wisely, ensuring that the infrastructure is in place to support distribution and maintenance. Additionally, there could be cultural and social shifts. In areas where water scarcity has previously been a source of conflict, the sudden abundance of clean water might change dynamics and foster cooperation among communities. However, it could also create tension if not managed properly, especially in regions where water rights and access have historically been contentious. In the end, wishing for universal access to clean and abundant drinking water is about more than just quenching thirst. It's about promoting health, enhancing quality of life, and fostering sustainable communities. While the challenges that accompany this wish would need to be addressed, the potential benefits for individuals, families, and entire societies are enormous. So, if I had the opportunity to make a wish that would bring about positive change not just for me but for millions of others, I would choose clean water for all. A world where everyone has access to this essential resource is a world where people can thrive, dream, and build a better future together. If I had the chance to make one wish, knowing that 40% of the entire population would also receive the same wish, I would wish for an unlimited supply of delicious, perfectly ripe oranges. Now, I know this might sound a bit quirky, but let me explain why this wish could have a profound and positive impact on individuals and society as a whole. Oranges are not just a sweet and refreshing fruit. They are packed with nutrients and have numerous health benefits. Rich in vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants, oranges can boost the immune system, improve skin health, and aid digestion. By wishing for an unlimited supply of oranges, I'd essentially be promoting a healthier lifestyle for a significant portion of the population. With easy access to this nutritious fruit, people would be more likely to incorporate it into their diets, potentially leading to a decrease in diet-related health issues like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Furthermore, imagine the joy and satisfaction people would experience from having fresh oranges available at their fingertips. Picture families gathering to peel oranges together, children enjoying the simple pleasure of a juicy orange slice, and communities coming together for orange-themed events like festivals or fruit-picking days. The social aspect of sharing food can't be underestimated. It fosters connection and creates lasting memories. Now let's think about the economic implications. The demand for oranges could lead to a boom in agriculture and local economies. Farmers would have an unprecedented opportunity to cultivate oranges, creating jobs and boosting the economy in regions where oranges are grown. This could be especially impactful in areas where agriculture is a primary source of income. Small farms could thrive, and communities could benefit from the increased trade and commerce associated with an abundance of oranges. Additionally, this wish could spark innovation within the food industry. With an endless supply of oranges, we could see a rise in creative culinary applications. Chefs and home cooks alike would experiment with orange-infused dishes, from savory recipes to desserts, drinks, and even new orange-based products. Imagine the array of orange-flavored sauces, jams, smoothies, and snacks that could come from this wish. This could lead to a resurgence in interest in cooking and food creativity, as people explore the versatility of oranges in their meals. But let's not overlook the environmental aspect. If 40% of the population suddenly had access to an unlimited supply of oranges, there would be a greater focus on sustainable farming practices. With so many people enjoying this fruit, there would likely be a push for organic and environmentally friendly cultivation methods. This could lead to advancements in sustainable agriculture, benefiting not just orange growers but also the environment as a whole. Of course, one must consider the challenges that may arise with this wish. An unlimited supply of oranges could lead to overconsumption, and we'd need to promote responsible eating habits to ensure that people enjoy them in moderation. Additionally, the logistics of distribution would need to be managed effectively to avoid waste. However, with the right systems in place, these challenges could be navigated. Lastly, beyond just health and economics, my wish for an unlimited supply of oranges could inspire a cultural shift. Oranges have a rich history and symbolism in various cultures around the world, often representing prosperity, happiness, and vitality. By having oranges readily available, people may feel a sense of abundance and joy, which could contribute to overall well-being and a more positive outlook on life. In conclusion, wishing for an unlimited supply of oranges might seem like a simple and light-hearted idea, but it carries the potential for significant benefits across multiple facets of life. From health improvements and economic growth to culinary creativity and environmental sustainability, this wish could foster a sense of community and connection while promoting a healthier lifestyle. So, if I had to make one wish that would not only bring joy to me but also uplift those around me, I would choose an unlimited supply of delicious oranges. After all, who wouldn't want to live in a world where fresh oranges are always within reach, bringing a little sweetness and sunshine into our lives? If I had the chance to make one wish, knowing that 40% of the entire population would also receive the same wish, I would wish for the ability for people to ride around on elephants safely and responsibly. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, what a whimsical choice, let me unpack this a bit. First and foremost, elephants are magnificent creatures, and the bond between humans and elephants has a rich history in many cultures. Wishing for people to ride elephants could promote a greater appreciation for these gentle giants and foster a sense of connection to wildlife. Imagine people from all walks of life getting the chance to experience the majesty of riding an elephant through beautiful landscapes, whether it's lush jungles, tranquil savannas, or even scenic mountains. It would create unforgettable memories and encourage a deeper respect for nature. Now, let's consider the implications of 40% of the population also having this wish. At first, it might sound like a bit of a chaotic scenario, people everywhere riding elephants. However, I believe this could lead to some fascinating societal changes. With so many people experiencing the joy of riding elephants, we could see a surge in awareness around wildlife conservation and the importance of protecting these animals and their habitats. This wish could also lead to a revitalization of ecotourism. People would flock to regions where they could interact with elephants in responsible and ethical ways. Local economies could benefit from tourism, creating jobs and funding conservation efforts. Communities could come together to ensure that the elephants are treated with respect, focusing on their well-being and promoting sustainable practices. Furthermore, with the right education and awareness, this wish could encourage people to advocate for the protection of elephants in the wild. Understanding these animals on a personal level could lead to a greater appreciation for their role in ecosystems and the challenges they face due to habitat loss and poaching. People who might have never considered themselves wildlife advocates could become passionate about conservation simply because they experienced the joy of riding an elephant and learned more about their lives. However, it's essential to consider the responsibility that comes with this wish. Riding elephants would need to be done in a way that prioritizes their welfare. There would need to be strict guidelines in place to ensure that the elephants are treated humanely, with proper training for caregivers and a focus on their health and happiness. This wish could spark conversations about ethical treatment and the importance of preserving wildlife, leading to better practices in the tourism industry. In conclusion, wishing for people to ride around on elephants might seem like a light-hearted choice, but it carries the potential for significant positive impact. By creating opportunities for connection between humans and elephants, we could foster a greater appreciation for wildlife, promote conservation efforts, and drive ethical tourism. If I had the chance to make such a wish, I'd hope that it would lead to a world where people not only enjoy the experience but also become advocates for the incredible creatures that share our planet. Plus, who wouldn't want to share a bit of joy and wonder by riding one of the most majestic animals on Earth?